What is going on, guys? Welcome to a new episode of Pixel News. We have something massive, monumental that's going to change the 3DS modding scene as we know it. A9LH, otherwise known as ARM9 loader hacks, which was the primary pretty much hack that everybody got on, and it took several hours to install, is now dead in the water because Sighax and Boot9strap have been released. They're out in the public. You can now go and install it. But let's get down to the nitty-gritty on this. Why is Boot9strap, which is primarily what I'm going to be talking about today because that's what's going to be pretty much supported by the community. Why is Boot9strap such a big deal? Why is this so exciting? Well, simply put, this is the highest level of security that's been broken on the 3DS by modders. We are at the boot ROM, the highest level of the 3DS. Someone by the name of PowerMad80 made a pretty good comment on Reddit 3DS hacks, and he said, what's happening when you press the power button on your 3DS, and he broke it down to the 3 different primary things of how people get into their 3DS with mods. There's menu hacks, and he says that it goes from the boot ROM to the firmware to the home menu to the system, which is hijacked by menu hacks, and then it reboots into custom firmware. So that's the most complex. Then you go to A9LH, which the boot ROM loads. ARM9 loader hacks hijacks the firmware, and then it boots into custom firmware. So now the process is shortened. Now we have Sighax and Boot9strap. It literally hijacks the boot ROM and loads custom firmware. It's happens instantly at boot. It's one of the best things to happen to the 3DS modding scene. Now, this is kind of sad in a way, actually, because this is the biggest thing for the 3DS. This is the last thing for the 3DS, you know? Things that people were really looking forward to in the 3DS modding scene was Sighax and the NDS bootstrap to load DS games off your SD card. Those were kind of like the 2 huge things that people really wanted, and now we have almost both of those. The bootstrap still needs some work for speed and stuff. Now, if you're on ARM9 loader hacks, getting Boot9strap set up is actually super easy. You can get it done in about 5 to 10 minutes. It's all about just putting the correct files on your SD card, loading something with Luma custom firmware, just pressing start when you load Luma custom firmware, and basically following the prompts, and then it will set it up, and you will then delete your ARM9 loader hacks and be on Sighax/Boot9strap. Depends on what you want to do, but this is mostly about Boot9strap and using the Boot9strap application. Both are available for you to use. You do want to make sure that you have a Luma custom firmware of at least 7.0.5. Now, if you don't have a modded 3DS and you're on 11.4, you have a couple of options. First of all, you could hard mod your 3DS and get Boot9strap set up that way, or if you have somebody else that has a modded 3DS, you can use the DSiWare exploit and get Boot9strap set up that way. So overall, it is super stupid easy to do this if you already have custom firmware and you're switching over, or if you know someone who has a modded 3DS and you're even on the latest firmware of 11.4, you could do this. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Now, it's kind of a complex thing to talk about because there's so much involved with Sighax and Boot9strap. This is a monumental feat by hackers, 3DS hackers. So there was a fail on Nintendo's part in regards to the boot ROM, and it says combined with Sighax/Boot9strap, this allows one to make a malicious fake DS cartridge so that holding down a button combination on boot gives you boot ROM code execution. Nintendo tried to make it not possible to abuse this by requiring the shell to be closed, but you can just use a magnet. So in theory, you can create a Nintendo DS cartridge, a fake Nintendo DS cartridge that will let you basically mod your 3DS through that cartridge and get Boot9strap set up, which is kind of crazy to think about, but it is possible and it is pretty interesting. There's also a format change in the files. Sighax and Boot9strap are now loading .firm files, which are firmware files, and I believe there is a lot of interesting stuff that can be done. Now that we have full control over the system, I think we might see some different modifications to the system. I really don't know what to expect, what we could see different from having access to the boot ROM than, say, just ARM9 loader hacks. only time can really tell to see what kind of creative stuff developers and hackers can do. This truly was the last nail in the coffin for 3DS security. Now there is a new model of the 3DS coming out, and that's the new 2DS. And I have a feeling that they might change up the boot ROM a little bit, or they might change the hardware up or the processor and change it so that Boot9strap does not work. If I was Nintendo, that would be the smart thing to do, which would be to make sure that this new hardware that's coming out doesn't get hacked right away. There's also talks of a new primary exploit coming out, but that's probably going to come out after the 2DS comes out. So yeah guys, absolutely crazy stuff going on in the scene. The scene is like having a platinum age. I thought we were already in the golden age, but we are definitely past the golden age. We're now like in the platinum age right now of 3DS hacking, and developers are super excited to have completed this, and they're ready to move on to the next console, which is the Nintendo Switch. So hopefully we see some Nintendo Switch hacks popping up in the next couple years. But yeah, you guys, it's been a good ride. You know, I don't know how many more Pixel news I'm going to end up making because, well, the biggest thing it happened in the 3DS scene. This could be the peak for the 3DS scene. You know, I'm still an enthusiast within the 3DS hacking scene, so I'm going to continue to report on things that happen. But yeah, guys, just kind of weird to see the biggest thing happen. But it's great, and it's going to get a lot of people to be able to test out 3DS hacking and test it out a lot safer than the A9LH process, that's for sure. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think about Sighax and Boot9strap being released in the comments section below. I'd love to read your guys' thoughts, as always. Thank you for sticking around and watching the Pixel News series for, 3DS hacking, or if you watch all the episodes, good on you. But, I hope to continue to make more episodes, so hopefully we still have some developments in the 3DS modding scene. Anyways, guys, please like it up, subscribe it up, and I'll catch you all later. Peace out, dudes.